The man who was reborn, the first thing he did was tear up the contract for the villa he was going to buy for his younger brother. He then immediately changed the contract to his own name and bought the villa. He instructed the property management that without his order, no one was allowed to step foot in his villa. Then he ordered the butler to throw out all his parents' and younger brother's belongings. From that moment on, he severed all ties with them. He vowed never to have any connection with them again. The reason he was so decisive was because, in his past life, after he was found and brought back, he had spared no effort and took his whole family from the slums to a luxury residence. But his family turned on him, poisoning his food every day, causing his health to deteriorate day by day. 2 years later, they even tried to forcibly remove his liver for his younger brother. It wasn't until he realized that his parents had him forcibly strapped to the operating table that the man finally understood. All the years of sacrifice he made were worthless, but by then, it was too late. His second uncle didn't even bother with anesthesia and cruelly removed his liver. Perhaps it wasn't his time to die, as he was unexpectedly reborn and sent back 2 years to the day he was going to buy a villa for his younger brother. This time, the man swore never to believe their lies again. So, the man pretended to pay. But in reality, as everyone went to greet the relatives from the village, he immediately tore up the contract, had the staff prepare a new one with his own name, and bought the villa for himself. When the family returned with the relatives, they found all their belongings had been thrown out. Seeing this, they flew into a rage. The man arrived late, and without a word, he stepped over their clothes. He warned them that all these clothes were his money's worth, and whether he threw them out or burned them was his choice. His father looked surprised. At that moment, the relatives became upset, shouting at the man, questioning his audacity to throw out his cousin's things. But the man knew it all came from his parents. His father was completely unfazed, saying he had already bought a new villa. Then he grabbed his younger brother and went to check out the new place. The younger brother shamelessly boasted, saying the new place was much better, and it even had his name on it. His father warned the young man that without his permission, he wasn't allowed to step inside the new villa. What they didn't know was, soon they would realize, without him, they were nothing. When they arrived at the new mansion, the father found the door wouldn't open. Just as he was wondering, the man walked over and mocked his father for exaggerating, saying this wasn't the house he bought. The younger brother, still in disbelief, used his face to scan the door again, but the door still wouldn't budge. At that moment, the villa's butler suddenly appeared.